Hi guys, my name is Keith Neurotis, known as the leader and superior of Club LASM, aka lover of animated shows and movies, and I'm here with Gilbert.
Hello.
Colby.
Get into my freaking car.
And Thadmaster 78.
Hey.
So first things first, how are we doing in this lovely Monday afternoon?
Doing alright. This Wednesday is my birthday, which I'm really excited about.
Oh, happy birthday, Thad.
Thanks. I don't know, just a bunch of class stuff that I gotta go through. It's not a huge fan, just gotta go through it.
I should have worked on one thing. I bet it's great.
For me, I've just already uploaded the podcast discussion where we were talking about the Owl House. Like, it was already uploaded an hour before this session, but still, I'm still to this day scared about the finale.
Personally, I'm just trying to figure out who else I would like to who else I should try to commission for my little Star Wars / Disney TVA AU. The only one I got for the Owl House so far is Sasha. Oh, I'm sorry, not Sasha. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Basha.
It's okay.
Basha as a Jedi, yeah?
Yeah.
So, gotta figure out who else I could come up with there.
Enough about the intro. Let's just get to today's topic, which is the Autistic Rep Media. Like, we know we did this before last year, but I said before, if there's a chance, we might actually do it on a yearly basis about the Autistic Rep Media, or discussing about autistic stuff on the podcast, you know?
That does sound pretty nice, especially if there are new things, changes and views of autism in the media. We're mostly focused on animation, which we are seeing some improvements for.
If you see our latest podcast video from last year, my friends and I discussed about the lack of autistic representation in the animation industry and how unfortunate that when they do tackle these issues, it only leads to exploitation and antagonizing the disorder as something that makes others miserable. Autism speaks. Thankfully, we were slowly beginning to see more autistic characters in the media having their arcs told the right way. With shows like Dead End Paranormal Park, a Heartbreak High reboot, heck, even the upcoming season 2 of The Ghost of Molly McGee, it warms my heart to see autistic people finally seeing themselves in these autistic characters.
Yeah, I remember watching Dead End for the first time and thinking that Norma was probably on the spectrum.
Yeah, but no,
it is completely. You may have not realized it, but yes, it is confirmed that Norma is autistic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It still breaks my heart for the show to be canceled when it ended on a cliffhanger. Like, why Netflix do you have to cancel that show on a cliffhanger? Like, why?
And why do they keep putting up just weird movies and shows like Blonde? Oh, that is just. And yeah, gonna get worse from there.
I am really pissed that Netflix canceled Dead End too.
But at the very least, Hamish Steele is, confirming he's writing the third and last book of Dead Endia, which is what the show is based on. And at this time, you can try to pre-order it, the trilogy. I tried looking for the second book a while ago and I couldn't find it, so hopefully this will be my chance to nab all three.
I just feel disappointed because with that end, we could have had at least a couple more seasons just with more screen time with Norma. Her character arc throughout the whole show was just amazing for me to see, and how they portrayed autism in a very positive light. And it really, I never felt that happy that the showrunner behind it was literally actually an autistic person, Hamish Steele, who also wrote the book of it. We could have had a lot more potential in exploring more on Norma's character.
Why do good shows always have to get canceled?
It's a very strange time. Sure, there are a bunch of people within the animation, who work behind animation that they don't make a lot of money, or the bunch of mismanagement. Some of them bet on the wrong horse, and just lots of business stuff that sometimes makes sense and sometimes doesn't make sense at all, or sometimes it's just bad business.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, right now, they tried to bet everything on streaming, and look how good that's doing.
Like, Netflix is not. Look, they're literally on the limbo. Like, they need to get their act together and figure out, like they have to realize what they're doing is stupid.
And they need to stop canceling good freaking shows.
I know, right? Especially when they end it on a cliffhanger.
It seems like out of the big animation giants like Disney, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Netflix, you can count that. Disney feels like it's the only one to keep its head on straight, but even then, Disney has a social problem with a bunch of layoffs and stuff. So it feels like nowhere is perfect or particularly great.
At least in this current age.
Yeah, despite its flaws, I still have faith in Disney having good shows. I mean, heck, with the Ghost of Molly McGee, the second season is coming up. We were finally given the autistic character that was mentioned a year prior or two, with an autistic character named Chen, who apparently was one of the family members of the Ghostbusters, right? I mean, the Ghost Hunters. Ghost Hunters. That was yeah, dang it! What I say, Ghostbusters?
I've only seen a few episodes of Molly McGee. Only a few episodes in the first season. Just didn't really seem like my thing.
Oh, really?
I do plan on giving it another chance, though.
Yeah, I'm starting to like the Ghost of Molly McGee more.
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that because just at this time, just a few days ago, I recently got Jurassic World Evolution 2. And as I was playing it, I'm thinking, I want something in the background. So I put on my TV, and I just put the Ghost of Molly McGee on, just let the season play.
Oh, wow. So you're doing two and two both at the same time?
That's what I sometimes do. Like, if I'm playing a game, I'll either have my phone or my other devices just to play any shows.
Oh, I can relate. Hold on.
In this case, I was playing the game on my laptop, and I had the Ghost of Molly McGee playing on the TV. Yeah, I can imagine Scratch talking to a lot of unhappy Ghost employees.
Which reminds me, that can most likely explored with the season 2 premiere, which is a half-hour episode, right?
For the Ghost of Molly McGee, we get the new characters, the Chen family, Ghost Hunters. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't really think that much on Ghost Hunters. I mean, you've probably seen all the TV show. I mean, it's practically an object of ridicule. If you actually believe in ghosts, nothing wrong with that. But I was actually watching a YouTube channel called The Illuminati, and the host Blair, she talked about how ridiculous the whole ghost hunting TV shows are, to the point where actual ghost hunters say this is not how you're supposed to do it, and some of the devices you're carrying, they just give out wrong readings. But looking at the way that the Chen family has, right now, I don't got a lot of positive things to say about the Chen family in regards to their ghost hunting business. It just reminds me of Danny Phantom's parents.
Oh god.
Anyway, going back to the topic of autism representation in media, I have something else. I actually just thought of something else.
Okay, yes.
Sure.
So, I may have only seen the original Proud Family, but I hear in the new Proud Family, one of the babies is confirmed to be autistic.
Yes, one of them is BeBe Proud.
Yeah, BeBe Proud, the boy, and now
I literally just watched that episode. I just watched the episode for the first time.
Watch that episode.
I did.
Okay, that's good because yes. Because I feel like I need some help watching the Proud Family. Not to say that the show, I'm not saying it's bad about the show, okay? I think it brings up a very important topic in regards to race and, of course, autism. But it's just Penny's friends, man. Penny's friends makes it very hard for me to go through,
I know. I understand.
Can't say I blame you.
Okay.
Yeah, the more times I've been watching the new episodes, the more I just realize, geez Louise, their friends are so toxic.
Kind of like with Norma and Dead End, how we can kind of see her autistic trait when it comes to loving certain things, almost an obsession with it. Kind of like how you kind of cling on to a certain subject and you just love to talk about it. Kind of like what Norma does.
Yeah, with Norma, her hyperfixation throughout the whole show was Pauline.
Now in season
after
2,
learning the truth about Pauline Phoenix, her whole worldview has changed completely. And changes is good, has a big effect on autistic people. Like, they can't accept the changes.
At least Norma found a new hyperfixation: demons.
Of course.
She actually wants to start her own podcast.
like we're doing now.
With BeBe, on the other hand, I've only seen a clip of it, and that clip was the doctor.
The doctor scene.
She's the doctor, right? You've seen the episode. She's the doctor, right?
Or this, I don't know. This more of a teacher. Dang it! I forget.
The woman who was talking to Trudy and Oscar about BeBe.
But I do know her name. Her name is Dr. Lord. I know her name is Dr. Lord.
She was talking to them about BeBe being on the spectrum, and that can be one can be say it's pretty hurtful on Oscar's part, but on the other hand, a lot of people, Oscar and Trudy didn't really know much about autism, except whatever you see on probably in the media or with Autism Speaks. It's just very negative. And this doctor was willing to trying to teach them that BeBe is pretty smart, but might need a bit of assistance or take some time to learn certain things or learn things differently, which is okay, as long as he's surrounded by a loving family.
Plus, I wanted to mention another autistic character, though it's not animated. I recently watched Netflix reboot of the show titled Heartbreak High, where it features an autistic character named Quinni, which was played by Chloe Hayden. Like, you know Chloe Hayden, who's the YouTuber who's also autistic.
I have no idea who that person is.
Chloe Hayden, Australian actress, social media personality, and disability rights activist and author. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, like, you have to watch Heartbreak High, the reboot on Netflix. Like, I loved it.
But again, it's also pretty very nice to see. Like you've seen it, and you've seen how the autistic representation is also pretty good there, right?
Yes, like they've tackled the autistic perfectly with Quinni.
As these few years gone by, we've also learned about another character who is on the spectrum. Donatello from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my god! Oh
yeah, I've heard of that.
I was hoping I saw the trailer from the newest movie.
Throughout the show's runtime, there's speculations of Donnie being, autistic from his high-tech obsession, which has been known, throughout the Turtles franchise, but also some of his mannerism and sometimes how he talks to his brothers. Hey, Donnie, hack into the cameras! Oh, sure, just let me hack into all of New York City cameras. I'm sorry if that sounded sarcastic. It's not. I'm actually doing it. And not only that, also how he doesn't show a lot of emotional affection. Like in the movie Rise of the Teenage Mutant Turtles, I think he doesn't want to be touched or hugged much, which is why when Raph tell on Donnie, this is not a hug, this is the rescue, like when they were coming out of a portal.
There's also that one scene where he has to control the alien ship and he doesn't want to touch the gooey shit.
And it's almost nice to see Donnie being, first we have him being autistic in Rise of the Turtles. Now in this upcoming movie, Mutant Mayhem, now he's representing late bloomers.
Is he still going to be autistic in that movie? That's why I was asking. I was hoping that on the Mutant Mayhem movie,
I am not sure. Okay, I mean,
yeah, I kind of doubt that, but I'm still really hyped for that movie.
But yes, obviously that movie looks great. And
it looks really funny too.
Yeah, the moment I saw the trailer, it just gave me Spider-Verse flashbacks. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch that movie and see how well it gets.
There should be a new name for that, the Spider-Verse style.
Yeah, there definitely has to be a name for that. If there is, I didn't see it.
Maybe the small frame rate style?
Or water paint era? I don't know.
Another autistic character that I remember seeing just now, I think the other month, was in The Bad Batch. Star Wars The Bad Batch.
Never watched that.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
it's a
Star Wars is
spin-off
just not my
of the Clone Wars, which had four unique clones, each with different strengths and weaknesses.
Like, I know what the show is, but I never really seen it. I'm not really that big of a Star Wars guy. That was my uncle's thing.
One of the, I think, autistic character, or at least it feels, or at least is given, or at least something that I can relate to, is Tech, one of the members of Clone Force 99. Throughout the show, he may sound like cold, cynical, and all that, but he does genuinely care what's happening. And one quote that really spoke to me the most is when he said, "I may process moments and thoughts differently, but it does not mean that I feel any less than you." That really struck my heart there, personally.
And like I said before, it just like warms my heart to see more and more autistic characters now being portrayed in the media. And like in the last video when we discussed about it, I still to this day wish that there was actually an autistic showrunner that actually had created a show which had an autistic protagonist. I mean, most of the autistic characters that we know that we discussed were most likely side characters, but still, it's a slowly start. And now we want to see more autistic protagonists. Like for one, like I would like to show you something that I've had a show which featured an autistic character. Like, hold on, let me time my camera real quick. Hold on. See it?
So, yeah, I see it, but the camera's a little choppy.
Oh, nice.
I,
Cool.
I do see that is a very
Not bad, though.
I said,
and that is pretty important there. While it's nice to see some of these in mainstream media, it's also nice to have the individual people, create their own characters. Sometimes have their traits in them, like their whether it's like LGBT or people of color or autism. I think it's also important for some indie creators to create their own diverse culture.
yeah, like I said before in the last video, if queer representation was able to successfully try to make their way into the mainstream, into the media, then why can't autistic people can do that? Because it was nearly rare to have autism being portrayed more positively.
And that is fantastic to hear. Now, given the slow process, Hollywood and all that might take some time before we can, see that become more of a norm. But we have to start somewhere. And as Hamish Steele said, Wally said that some of the show ended. At the very least, it is. It was made, so it's got to start somewhere. Now, I wish these shows would continue, especially for animation. With I would like to get people or artists, storyboard writers. I would like to have them actually get a job. Honestly, I would like to have a job working on these shows and movies. Honestly.
With that said, thank you all for being in today's awesome podcast.
So, what's the next one going to be about?
We already know the next one would be about watching and dreaming, but I wanted to do the podcast on the 17th. Oh, because again, watching and dreaming is scaring me. The more I have to wait, the more it's just gonna hurt me. Like I'm scared for that finale, for real.
I hope the finale is good.
With that said,
We are not ready, people.
With that said, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that way you won't miss out on any more of the animation content with me and my friends. With that said, I bid you peace. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye, everyone. Oh. Bye, golly.